Mehdi, can we have the Zoom recording as well? Mehdi, can we have the Zoom recording?
Yeah.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to everyone present here. Welcome to the last but flagship event, the Startup Competition of the Jai Hind College Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2022, presented by HDFC Bank, powered by Bright Media, co-sponsored by Baggett, in association with Plum Body Loving, trading partner Havenspire, home decor partner Vipul Homes, and youth community partner The Education Tree. In association with Digital India, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, National E-Governance Division, Make in India, Skill India, Maharashtra State Innovation Society, Enactus, AWS Activate, Mumbai Angels Network, Inflection Point Ventures, Startup India, TIE Mumbai, and Wadhwani Foundation. The past 2 days have been full of extremely insightful sessions by renowned speakers, and now we are excited to mark the end of the Global E-Summit 2022 with the final round of the startup competition. Congratulations to all the startups, and now before we begin, without any further ado, I would like to invite our faculty, Prateek sir, to kindly introduce our mentors for today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Tisha. It's my pleasure to announce and introduce our jury members for the final round of the startup competition. First, we have Mr. Mohit Shukla. Mr. Mohit Shukla is the Managing Director of India Legal and Legal India Regulatory and Government Relations at Barclays. He's an experienced legal specialist and has been demonstrated a value in financial service in its institutional investment banking, corporate, SMEs, retail domains in banking and non-banking financial services. He's skilled in banking, securities, legal writing, capital markets, corporate law, regulatory and compliance guidance, oversight and advisory, and associated risk management, and also in the matters of governance, regulatory and government relations and policy. He has a diverse background and has strong grounding in commercial environment and varied experience that has landed himself to challenging situations and opportunities in the financial and other industries as well. He's a strong professional and has graduated from St. Xavier's College Autonomous, Kolkata and University of Calcutta. He's certified professional and director, mentor, board member of nonprofit working and issue of malnutrition. So we welcome you to be a part of the jury member for this final round.
Thank you so much.
Our second panel member is Mr. Uday Vankawala. Mr. Vankawala is the CEO of Atal Incubation Center, RMP. Mr. Uday has been in the Indian startup ecosystem as a collaborator, facilitator, and motivator since 2010. He's involved in envisioning, planning, and providing overall leadership with the objective of supporting and nurturing new age entrepreneurs for New Age India. He's an advisory committee member of Smart India Hackathon by the MIC and AICTE. He's also an evaluator of IICDC, powered by AICTE, Mission DST, and Texas Instrument. It's a pleasure, sir, to have you on board with us.
Thank you so much. Appreciate. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Peshwa unfortunately was unable to be with us today, but so we can move on to the next slide.
Our next panel member is Mr. Satish Kataria. Mr. Kataria is one of the pioneers of the concept of crowdfunding in India. He has 13 years of fund management experience and more than 20 years of work experience spanning multiple roles, including brand management, PR, investor relations, entrepreneurs in residence, consulting editor, etc. He's currently the lead consultant at Entrepreneurship Drive. In his journey, Mr. Satish has coached more than 100 entrepreneurs, primarily helping them with fundraising and strategic growth hacks, and continuously inspiring as many as possible to follow their calls and make their dreams come true. He's currently dedicating his energy and efforts towards a large mission of building and empowering 1,000 pathbreakers in the nation, and is offering all that he has learned by being at both sides of the entrepreneurial journey. So welcome to the event.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next panel member is Mr. Pankaj Thakkar. He is a serial entrepreneur with 35 years of corporate and startup experience. In his various C-level roles and as the founder of multiple startups globally, he has built, advised, and transformed both corporate and startup companies to become highly successful. Over 200 startups have been benefited from his program, and every year he plans to help around 100 companies. So has worked with many reputed companies like HCL Limited, India Telecom Limited, Atlas Telecom Limited, etc. He's also attended Harvard Business School and MIT's Executive Education Program in Entrepreneurship, Digital Media, Digital Marketing, Big Data Analysis, Blockchain, AI, and Cybersecurity. He's very passionate about sharing his knowledge and experience, wisdom, and network with the new generation of entrepreneurs. We are confident that his expertise will help solve some of real problems at scale, thus creating entrepreneurial success and employment opportunities. So welcome to the event.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The next slide, please.
Could you hear me? Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Maybe we could stop sharing. Thank you so much, Prateek, sir. Before we begin with the event, I would like to go through the flow of the event. We will first have the startup introduction, and then we will go with each judge one by one to avoid any disturbance or crashing of the meeting. Each startup will get 6 minutes to present, and it will be followed by 6 minutes of combined Q&A by our jury. The flow for the questions would be Mr. Mohit, followed by Mr. Uday, Mr. Pankaj, and Mr. Kataria. I would now like to invite Ashna Malhotra to introduce our first startup finalists for today.
Thank you so much, Tisha. The first startup that will be presenting today is Win Mobility. Their service is demand-based rideshare. Thus, commuters can easily locate their nearest scooter and start the ride by just scanning a QR code on a scooter and saving a lot of time. Their services would promote the use of public transport, thus reducing the private vehicular traffic on the roads, leading to less congestion and also less pollution. Over to you, Win Mobility. The stage is all yours. Should I have said that?
Thank you, Ashna.
Thank you, Ashna. Good evening, everyone. I'll just share the screen. Okay, is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. Your
Yes.
screen is visible.
Okay. First of all, good evening, esteemed panel of judges and everyone who is attending today. Myself, Smith Nalawade. I am the founder and director of business operations at Wine Mobility. We at Wine Mobility have the aim to make last mile travel hassle-free and economical.
So our main aim behind the creation of Wine was adding value to the users traveling last mile. Us being college students, we closely observe the day-to-day opportunities for Wine. Our city's current traveling options include taxis, rickshaws, which prove expensive for traveling alone, as their base prices are higher, whereas buses lag being on time and are harder to track. We did a small research of traffic data and did some basic calculations, which tells us that around an average Indian spends 34 minutes 17 seconds extra for every 15 minutes of their commute. Other major issues faced in the last mile segment is the one in private facilities or huge areas of administrations like airports, warehouses, IT parks, etc. For example, a traveler has to go around approximately 8 kilometers just to get from T1 to T3 at the Delhi airport, which takes around 15 minutes if there's traffic. Wine tends to solve all of these problems with ease, as it is being all electric, it is pocket friendly, costing around rupees 1 to 1.5 per minute. And it being an app based scooter, it is easier to access and you can book the ride just by scanning. And being lightweight electric scooters, it is easier for us to cut through traffic. Yeah, so this is the actual screenshot of our app, which is currently at the development. We are working towards making the app user interface more interactive with the people. And the scooter which you see right now is our second prototype, which was made considering all the feedback that we got from our first prototype, which is shown in the next slide. Yeah, so this was our first prototype, which was tried and tested with a certain group of people, and we made sure that we cover all the feedback that we got in the second prototype. So the target audience is split into two sectors. One will be the public ride sharing, and the other, which will be using the IT one will be used for private operations, as mentioned below. So the public ride sharing will have an target age group of 16 to 35 with occupations like working class, schools and colleges and backpack tourists. Whereas private operations will cover areas like IT parks, airports and ports, warehouses, security patrolling and recreational activities.
Okay, so coming to the revenue stream, these five are our major revenue streams, with rental fares being our primary and the local business promotions as well as brand placements being the secondary or an additional source of revenue stream. As mentioned by Sarvesh, our company has two main business models. One is the private ownership business model, and second is the public rideshare one. For considering the private ownership business model, sales can prove as an effective source of revenue stream for our company. And we are also considering data monetization as an additional revenue stream for our startup. Considering the global electric scooter market, which is currently worth $20.8 billion, is actually growing today with a CAGR of 8.6%. Actually, there are two companies in the US market which are operating in a similar space and have already been unicorns and have a valuation over $2 billion. Those are Bird and Lime. There in Europe too, there are many companies who are working in a similar space, and this concept is very much familiar in the European as well as the American markets. If we just consider the Indian perspective, the Indian part of it, the major competitors that we face are the municipal buses, taxis, auto rickshaws, Uber and Ola. Out of them, Uber and Ola being the most convenient are the most expensive as well. Taxis being slightly more affordable than those are a little bit less convenient. And municipal buses and the transport being the most affordable can be little less convenient. when compared to the other means of transportation. Here, wine solves a major problem by being the most affordable part of the whole transport and yet being the most convenient one. As mentioned earlier, we have two main business models and both have their own USPs. In the public ride sharing business model, as mentioned by Sarvesh earlier, commuters can save up to 67% of their time and subsequently that amount of money as well if they use Vine. As these scooters are based on IoT, it is easier for tracking and also for fleet management. If you consider the private ownership business model, uh, there are huge private facilities like factories, like airports, or like even warehouses, which needs commute between from one place to another. So in that particular segment, our scooters can prove more efficient in terms of energy requirements, as well as it is more eco-friendly and it is more maneuverable. So it boosts efficiency. Also, if we just consider like exotic resort chains can also have these to improve like customer satisfaction. This is one of the additional USP from the customer's point of view. This is our roadmap. We all three co-founders came together and gave birth to the concept of Wine in December 2021. As of today, we have completed our pilot runs. We have been working on the feedbacks that we received from the previous model, and our second prototype is almost complete and would go for testing within a few weeks of time. After that, we are planning to go for private sector operations, as mentioned, for within the IT parks or even factories and warehouses, etc., for security patrolling, etc. And then afterwards, we'll be testing the public ride share system, and according to it, the further map you can see there. So this is our team. Myself, Smith Malavadi. I am the co-founder and director of business operations. This is Sarvesh Vichare. He is the backbone for our technological part of our startup. Next is Dwij Iyer. He is the director of product design. And last but not the least, Paras Patil. He is our lead app developer. So that's it from our side. You can scan the QR code here to get the various links for our demo video, as well as LinkedIn page and our social media. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation, Win Mobility. We can now start with the round of questioning. We can begin with Mr. Mohit Shukla.
Thank you, Smith and team. There's no doubt about it. Just one question, and it's very basic, so apologies for that. But I was just wondering whether you have incorporated in your thought process the environment that we operate in India, in terms of just how sometimes difficult it can be in public places for small vehicles to operate. We're aware of how difficult it is. When looking at this concept and operating it so that people can commute quickly from place to place in the last mile,
yes,
when people find it difficult to walk because of the state of the roads, even the heat or the rains, etc., have you thought about what you would do to make this successful in the difficult environment that we have climatically and from a public infrastructure perspective?
Yes, sir. Actually, as we have mentioned before, the scooters are actually designed completely based on our Indian terrain. So it has all the suspensions with manually set for the Indian roads, and the speed limit is also considering the Indian road conditions. So it is quite safer if you compare it with a motorcycle. And it being compact, it is easier to cut through difficult places and small areas.
Right, uphill, downhill, potholes,
Yes, sir.
everything.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Great.
it has
Thank you.
the wheelbase is around 10 inch, so it will go through the potholes very easy.
Thank you. No further questions, Tisha.
Thank you, Mr. Shukla. Over to Mr. Uday Vankawala.
Yeah, interesting. So my question is more with regards to, which all areas or specific locations you have identified in the next 3 to 4 months to work on this particular pilot? That's one. And second, which is more important, is what are the challenges, current challenges that you have in terms of operations or in terms of your business?
Okay, so first question, as you mentioned, like in the next 3-4 months, we are planning to have those pilot runs in schools and colleges. As mentioned by Servish earlier, our majority or our main target audience is the office going people or the college students. Okay, so for that specific reason, we are planning to conduct those pilot runs in colleges, as well as those big industrial parks like
Locations.
BKC.
My question is very
Like
specific.
BKC or like the BKC kind of
Mumbai,
area.
right? I mean,
Yes,
mainly.
Mumbai. Yes, Mumbai.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So these are our locations which we are planning to have our pilot runs with those limited number of users, limited number of people. And the other thing you mentioned was the challenges that we face. The main challenge is currently in India, people are not used to the concept of micromobility. Uh, as I mentioned earlier, there are unicorns in US, as well as this concept is very popular in amongst European countries, but it has not well not well been introduced, I'll rather say, in Indian conditions or to Indians. There is one major player, Yulu, which is trying to change this perspective. But again, considering in the city like Mumbai, more people are using Yulu just for leisure purposes and less for travel. So that's one of our key problems to tackle with respect to starting our service. But as mentioned earlier, we also have that other business model, which is the private ownership one, that can be helpful for us during the initial stages of public rideshare system.
Okay, thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vankawala. Now moving on to Mr. Pankaj Thakkar. So, are you there?
Tisha, I think he got logged out. I just
yes,
said.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I think he's joined.
Yeah,
yes. Mr. Sir, you are on mute. Mr. Pankaj, you are on mute.
Yeah, got it. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so my question was same as Mohit's. This is, we don't have the proper bike lanes. We don't have the proper terrains to drive. So have you thought about your market segments very carefully? What are the first 2 market segments that you want to crack? And have you spoken to those market segments? Have you spoken to people who are actually going to be using this thing? Have you done any end user interactions?
Well, currently, yes, we are in touch with few of the prospective users of it. We have conducted a small survey in our college, as well as some of our industry experts, which industry connections, which we got through LinkedIn. They were some of them are quite interested in this concept, to be honest. What was the next question? Other question?
So I'm saying, what are the 3 segments or 2 segments that you initially plan to go, and have you spoken to anybody? Your college is that a segment?
Yes. Actually, that is a part of our public rideshare model. We are working that, and with respect to the other private ownership model, we have not yet started any talks with anyone, because we are currently focusing on the development of our second prototype. But the main focus or the main starting point for us would be through the private ownership business model, because that would really help us boost in the initial stages.
So the areas like IT parks and airports will play an important role in propagating the use of wine and in private sectors, as Smith mentioned.
Something like Segway, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, cool. No more questions. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Mr. Kataria.
Yeah, hi. I think it's an interesting idea, but again, as Pankaj mentioned, while Segway has been doing this for years, but what you need to just consider is that, still, even from a private ownership point of view, it does not find much takers in the Indian market. Right now, only the police are using Segway for manning some long beach fronts, but otherwise, personally, they are yet to be accepted. But anyway, my second and my question was that have you also done some thoughts around the pricing and the capex that would be required to, once the prototype is ready, but then you will go into manufacturing, right? So where will you manufacture, and what is the plan for your capex requirements over next 1 or 2 years? How will the product be made and launched in the market? Have you done some thoughts on that?
Yeah. So getting to your first question, the thing you mentioned about Segway, they are currently in this market for years. But one thing to mention is Segway is majoritarily used for leisure activities and not for serious transport needs. And the other thing that we can proudly say is that our scooters are one third the price of a Segway. So that also kind of helps increase our market penetration with respect to Indian mindset. And also, you mentioned that even police use that Segway for patrolling. Even our wine scooters can also be used for that similar purpose. They give much more. They are much more easy to handle. They are much more easy to use. They are easy to charge. As just for instance, you can charge the whole battery under 5 rupees, and it can go up to 30 kilometers in a single charge if you just want to consider the unit specifics of it. And talking about the capex structure, the public ride share system is kind of a very capital intensive thing to operate and to even initiate in the first place. So for that, we are actually first planning to go for that private ownership business model. And then
Smith, I think you didn't get my question. I'm not talking about the ownership or the uses patterns. I'm saying even for a private ownership, you will need to manufacture the scooters, right? So where will you do that? Because I did not see that plan in the presentation.
We are looking for contract manufacturers to manufacture our scooters so that we can easily have a solid supply chain so that we can deliver it anywhere in the country. So it's not like we would just manufacture in just one particular area and then do it like the deliveries in the whole Indian region, but it would be spread so that it would also reduce our transportation cost in the final leg of.
So no, that's fine. I mean, my only point was so try to include that detail in the presentation also, because that's important for one to understand and understand the whole impact. Yeah, that was my only question. Yeah,
sure, sir. We'll
thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, and thank you to all the judges for your valuable questions and insights. Thank you, Win Mobility. I would now like to invite Ashna to introduce our next startup.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tisha. Up next, we have the startup called Asim Shakti. Asim Shakti is a D2C women's wear brand with a design patent approved product instant wear sari with a pocket made by my women from low income backgrounds trained by Asim Shakti themselves. Over to you, Asim Shakti.
Thank you, Ashna. All right. Hello, everyone. So my name is Swati, and I run a D2C, purpose-driven D2C fashion brand, which empowers both consumers and creators, called Asim Shakti. Can we move to the next slide, please? So we are a DIPP recognized startup. A little background of how it started. So we started as a small self-help group of 10 women, which were in my neighborhood. And now it moved to, next slide, please, to a fashion brand called Asim. And it's a DIPP recognized startup. Next slide, please. So as a product, next. Yeah, as a product, the problem that we're trying to solve is there are a lot of modern Indian women who love wearing saris, but they are either they don't know how to drape it, or they find it very time consuming, or they just don't find it functional enough for them. So next slide, please. What we have created is instant wear saris with a hidden pocket. So they can wear it within 15 to 30 seconds. They don't need any help to wear it. It has a lining attached, so they don't need any underskirt with this. Okay. There is something on the screen. All right, anyway. So we have a, apart from that, we have a hidden pocket for which we have been granted a design patent. So we have been granted design patent, and I'm sorry, I'm getting some requests to admit some people in this room.
Ma'am, we have made you the co-host, so you can unmute yourself. So you can maybe ignore the people admitting. We will handle the people coming.
Because then I don't see the screen. Anyway,
okay,
so we have
a correct.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so we have a design patent for the placement of the pocket. Aesthetically, the point is that aesthetically there is no difference between a normally draped sari and this sari. Next, please. So this is basically our product. For the time constraint, I'm not showing the video. The traction so far. So currently we have one production unit in Mumbai. We have the DIPP recognition. We have 500 plus customers. So we launched our website on March 17, 2020, and March 23, the lockdown happened. So we actually started selling about in December 2020. And from that, we have 500 plus customers. In the last 6 months, our revenue had been about 15 lakhs. And overall, it's somewhere around 18 to 19 lakh. Next slide, please. Okay, so our target market is basically, I think we missed the market slide. So our target market is basically modern Indian women in tier 1, tier 2 cities, and NRI women, basically women who mostly don't know how to drape the sari. And sari market, we all know the sari market in India is huge, and it is expected by 2025, it is expected to increase by 7 to 8%. That's all from my side. I'll be happy to answer questions.
Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to invite Mr. Mohit Shukla to start the round of questioning.
Thank you. I think it's a good concept. It's not the, but definitely I think something which is useful. I just want to ask you, is your average price around 3,000 rupees per unit? When you say 500
MRP,
customers
yes.
and 15 lakhs?
Yes. The average price would come up, is coming about 2,800. 2,800
any
to
feedback
3,000.
that you've received from anybody in terms of, thank you. Any feedback that you've received in terms of aesthetic value?
From the customers?
With
Sorry,
from anybody else in terms of aesthetics and culture?
So you're not audible.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Your voice was
breaking. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Apologies. I was asking whether you've received any feedback value, given how traditional this is. What does it mean of this modern invention, traditional attire?
Yeah. So your voice was still breaking, but I think I got your question. So basically, the customers that we have, all plus with the 500 customers, the insights that we got, they want to wear a sari without people knowing that it's a ready-made sari. So it works for them. Along with that, we are launching different kind of modern drapes also. So there is infinity drape. There are a lot of new drapes that is in the market. So we are launching a lot of different drapes, like modern drapes. But the best-selling drape is the traditional one. And we are definitely keeping in mind the fabrics and prints and aesthetics of the sari.
Understood. And what's maintenance like? How difficult or easy is maintenance?
Yeah. So it looks like the maintenance is difficult, but we share the maintenance video and wash care video and everything, ironing video, and we have actually made a folding, like a one additional product which helps them fold and iron the sari easily, and we are selling it at about 199. So it's like, I mean, once they learn it, it's very easy. It's easier than the normal sari.
Thank you. No more questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shukla. Now inviting Mr. Uday Vankawala.
So this is really interesting, Swati ji. My question is more with regards to, it's a one-person company, right?
Yeah, at present, yes.
Okay, so any plans to have more team members, or have you identified any other team members that would be a part of this?
Yeah, so currently I don't have co-founders, but I do have team members like production. There's a production manager who handles the entire production. I have my sister who joined me recently, who I am planning to have them as team members in the future. Yes, and we are looking for, so currently we are speaking to people who have been working, who have worked with D2C fashion brands for growth and marketing, for designers who we can onboard. So yes, that's the plan in the future.
Okay, and
so we are also looking to.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So we are currently looking to raise funds, and these are our plans to have more team members, basically, because I don't have a fashion background. So I need people who have fashion background.
And my second question is more with regards to, you said it's a D2C. So what are the channels that you are working with in a way that I'm sure there would be a website, there would be few channel partners. So the current, what you have is around 15 lakhs revenue. Majority has come in from the website. Is that the case? Or
yes, so majority has come in from the website and WhatsApp and Instagram. So the website that you see is a Wix template that is made by me. So it's a very basic website. Our plan is obviously to have a proper centralized platform, e-commerce platform. But currently, so what happened that recently a video went viral twice. In March, it was WhatsApp viral, and in September, it was Instagram viral. So the WhatsApp viral video had our number. So a lot of our orders come from WhatsApp and Instagram. And obviously, it converts to, like, most of them visit the website. Website I would rate as the third platform which is giving us orders. But going forward, like, we are working very hard towards making the website the only platform where we get the orders.
Okay, and my last question, this is more of a social impact, right? So what it's mainly the beneficiaries that you'll be looking at. You said you started with some 10 women in and around your area. What is the plan in terms of next 1 year? What is it that you are really looking at?
Yeah, so like everything we calculate revolves around the like the KPI that we are also tracking is the number of jobs that we are increasing, and the monthly income that is being increased. So like earlier they were, because it's a new product, the training, everything was different, and these are the women who have never worked before in their lives. So we are also trying to increase their income, let's say from 5,000 to 10,000. If they are making 1 sari a day to 2 saris a day, 3 saris a day. So going forward in the pre-lockdown, my plan was to have 500 women work with us. But now my plan has changed from increase in income of the existing women who are working with us, and then gradually increasing the number of women who are working with us.
Okay, thank you so much. It's really interesting. All the best. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vankawala. Now calling upon Mr. Pankaj Thakkar.
Yeah, hi. A very interesting concept.
Thank you.
My question to you is, it's more of a social impact. So do you plan to have it as a profit or a non-profit organization?
Yeah, definitely for profit. So our plan is to make it a highly scalable, profitable, and with a high impact business.
So the question is, how will you make it scalable?
Yeah. So, with our currently we have only one production unit where our capacity is about 500 to 800 sarees a month. So to scale it, our plan is definitely to have multiple production unit. It also goes with our impact plan because like our the production unit, all the women live within 1 kilometer of the production unit, which is why they are able to work. So we are basically trying to create an enabling environment where these women can sustain their jobs. So our plan is to have more such production units near, urban slums where more such women can come and work.
And is there any, I would say, plan to have different products for different segments? Are you planning to go into higher scale, 5,000 rupees? I heard it is 2,500 rupees, right? Currently.
Yeah, it is. We are also selling sarees up to 12,000. So we have NRI customers also who are willing to pay. So like handloom sarees are that expensive, and the segment that buys handloom sarees knows it. So on an average, most of our best selling products are like 2,800 and 4,000 range. But we are also selling sarees about 12,000, 15,000. So that is, we want to keep a mix of both powerloom and handloom.
So the last question is it defendable? Can somebody else come in, make it cheaper, do it better, scale it faster?
Yes, that can definitely happen. They can copy and all, which is why we waited for the patent to be granted before we launch. But we are well aware of the risk, and we are working, like we are constantly launching new drapes. We are constantly trying to make it cheaper. So like we are defending it. We cannot eliminate the risk. We can just curb it. So we are quite aware of that. And what I have seen till now, some of our customers who have used the competitors' products also like our product, like quality of our product better.
All right, good job.
Not underestimating the competition, but we are aware of the competition.
All right, all the best. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Mr. Kataria.
Yeah, hi Swati, good work. I was just curious on the competition part as well, something which Pankaj spoke about. The other thing which I was curious about was, so out of the 500 customers, right, who are the key audience right now for you? I mean, are these the young women, who do not want to go through the process of draping a sari? Are they the main consumers of you, or so what is the key customers criteria or the customer segments, and how do you plan to further kind of strengthen your base or your product pipeline for that kind of segment customers?
Yeah. So when we had started, we had also assumed that our customer segment would be younger women between 21 to 35. But now that we have some insight, some data, what we have realized that there are niche markets. So like we have a lot of customers who are doctors. So doctors need such kind of sarees in their profession. So then we have a lot of customers who are XL, double XL size. So they are very much attracted to ready-made saree because they thought they can not wear it and all that. And we have a lot of customers who have recently delivered a baby. So they don't want the hustle of, they don't have the time for it. So these are the insights that we have got, and we are using it in our marketing, like, to attract these niche segments, because it's like low-hanging fruit.
Got it. Okay. No, I think no further questions from me. All the best.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, Swati, for your presentation. Now inviting Ashna to introduce our third startup.
The third startup for today is Royal POS. Royal POS is a mobile and cloud-based advanced POS cum ERP for restaurant and small retail businesses. Over to you, Royal POS.
Thank you so much, Ashna, for the introduction. Is my screen visible right now?
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. So hello everyone, my name is Mayuri Ruparel and I am co-founder of Royal POS. Royal POS is a cloud-based point-of-sale billing system, operational management system for restaurants and retail businesses. And we proudly call it India Ka Global POS. Now, why I called it, I'll explain in the later slides. Now, let us look at some of the problems that are faced by restaurants and the retail businesses. Now, first of all, we know that there are many small businesses which are still using pen and paper to give away the bill receipts, or they are still using the manual books to keep their accounts, inventory. The next thing is the multiple channel orders. Like if you have a restaurant, there are multiple channels from where the order comes in, like Swiggy, Zomato, Uber Eats, and their own, they have to maintain again the software or the website. So there are multiple channels and they have to maintain all this. The next thing is the inventory management. Now, this is the biggest pain point we have identified in our research, that it is very tedious for a brand to maintain the inventory, say across 35 locations or more than that. Now, the next thing is the pricing. The current POS and the inventory management system, which are available, are not affordable to the small businesses. Now, keeping all these features in the mind, we created Royal POS. Now, Royal POS is a cloud-based, easy-to-use software which can be easily downloaded from Play Store or App Store, and setting your account in Royal POS is as easy as creating any of your social media account. The next thing we address is the centralized inventory management across all the location. We provide real-time inventory to the merchants on their fingertips, no matter the number of locations. The next thing, and our biggest USP, is there is no need of a remote assistance. If you have a store and you have a POS, and if something goes wrong, you just have to call us and we can handle the query from the remote. And the biggest validation is we out of our clientele, our 35% clientele are outside India, and we haven't visited any of our store, and that is the reason why I called it India Ka Global POS. The next thing is the space and license. There is no need of an additional licenses or a space which is required, which is as small as your mobile phone. Now, these are some of our screenshot. If we take the Royal POS subscription, we get an access to the Royal POS billing application, the merchant application, our power-packed back office admin panel, our QR code-based online ordering app, our Captain app. So everything is included in the subscription. We provide centralized inventory. We provide multi-language invoices, which is again our USP. All Indian languages are supported, and all foreign languages are also supported for the digital as well as print receipts. We provide plug-and-play support for thermal printers, and all kind of printers are supported. We also provide 35 plus different types of reports and analytics so that the business decisions are easily made, and there are many more such features. Now, talking about our revenue model, our base revenue model is the monthly and the yearly subscription. In India, it is priced at 5,000 plus GST per year. And outside India, it is $99. And these are the two additional services which we provide if the brand requires. One is the self-ordering application. Now, say if you have a restaurant and you want to order sitting on the table, and that order will come directly to the Royal POS. So this is the additional add-on which we provide. And the second is an customer ordering application, the B2C application for a particular brand. Now, these are some of the statistics. We have 45,000 plus app downloads, and the paid users we have right now is 600 paid users globally. And in last year, we processed about 2.2 million transactions that are the bill receipts which are generated using Royal POS. The next thing is we are present in 20 countries, and these are some of our testimonials which you can definitely check in the Play Store. Now, this is again important. We have done key integrations with payment merchants, like we have officially partnered with Paytm and PhonePe for the payments, and for Square payments in US and Canada. We have also done integrations with Swiggy, Zomato, Uber Eats, so that all the data are available in the single consolidated dashboard. Now, this is our target market. Our target market and our small and medium sized fine dine restaurant, small and medium sized restaurants and retail businesses. Now, if we look at the data, there are about 7.5 crore small and medium sized retail and restaurant stores available. From that, if we say only 30% are interested into cloud-based solution, and if we target just 1% of this target market in next 5 years, the numbers will look like this. by the third year, we have an capability to reach up to 100 crore company. And here we have also considered the projection, the growth projection of 10 to 15%, and also the churn rate of 12%, 12 to 20%. Now, detailed financial projection will be available on the request. Now, these are some of our competitors. In India, we have Paid Puja and Posist. In European market, it is Loivers, and in US, Canada, we have Clover. But here we have our competitive advantages. Royal PS follows B2B SaaS model, which is highly customizable. We are available in all the platforms: Android, iOS, iPad, tablets, Mac OS, Windows. So platform is not a constraint. The next is the multi-language invoices, which I have mentioned earlier. All Indian languages along with the foreign languages are supported. The biggest USP is no need of an on-site support. And Royal PS supports multiple verticals and use cases. And we are very easy to use, which is again the feedback which our customers love about Royal PS. Now, this is our growth strategy. On receiving the fund, we plan to expand the sales and market to have a disruptive marketing strategy, and which would eventually leads into the sale. We were launched as an MVP in 2018, and we were continuously developing the product. And we have now our product is almost done, and we are continuously developing it to provide updates. So this is our growth plan. This is our future roadmap. Royal PS plans to have 25K businesses on board in next 3 years. We also want to do the integrations with the accounting systems like QuickBooks, SAP, so that all the sales data are automatically gone into the accounting system. So again, the headache is very less for the brand owners, and they can focus on their business. The next is we are also planning to do R&D to make this as a fintech, like our digital wallet, card processing, because we already have customers' data, sales data. So this can be done. Now, this is our exit strategies for our initial investors. Now, we may get, partly acquired by a big companies like big fintech players, because our target market is almost similar, and our investors can get a wonderful returns. And the next thing is the initial public offering. We plan to go, if things go well in a few years down the line, we plan to offer IPO. Now, talking about myself, I'm Mayuri Ruparel. I'm born and brought up in Mumbai, and I have 15 plus years of experience in cloud management. And I have with me my co-founder Utpal, who has 7 plus years of experience in mobile development. These are our achievements. We have been awarded as a retail tech startup in 2021, innovative SaaS products by Chamber of Commerce, and I was runners up in Thai Women Pitch competition in 2021. Now, for mentoring, we have Rucha Nanavati, who has recently joined in our cap table. She is CIO of Mahindra & Mahindra Group. We have incubation partner with us, Sumit Srivastava, and our advisor, Mr. Haresh Kalkattawala. And we are recognized by Startup India. And recently, we have got an offer from Ivy Growth Associate, and we are soon going to start our first round of funding. And we have also one offer from a corporate TVS Electronics, who is willing to buy a stake in our company. So yes, that was from us. Thank you so much. We are open for questions.
Thank you so much. We can begin with a round of questioning. I think Mr. Mohit has put his question in the chat box. So Mr. Mohit has asked, what aspects of data retention and data privacy have you had to consider? And how does this facilitate accounting for the customer outlets? Any challenges to overcome?
Yes, so thank you so much for this question. In terms of the data, right now for the data security, what we have done is right now I'm single-handedly managing the backend part and the data part. What we are doing is any new brand that are registering, they get a separate database so that the data are not mixed with the others, and we provide the secure APIs with our own protection algorithm, so that the data are also not leaked while the data transfer. The next thing about the accounting is we have one of our brand which has 35 plus outlets pan India. They have already done integration of Royal PS with SAP. They have done their BAPIs, and we have provided APIs in such that all the sales data are transferred to the from the Royal POS are transferred to their accounting system. So that if you have say QuickBooks and all, so we are planning to do R&D similar to that. There are many users who are using Tally also. So what we do is we provide customized report, and those reports they can directly import into Tally.
Mr. Mohit, would you like to ask another question, or should we move ahead?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now inviting,
Thank you. Thank you.
Now inviting Mr. Uday Vankawala.
Yeah, so what I really would like to understand is it's almost 4 years that you have spent. I believe you said 2018, that's where you started developing the product. So what has been the sort of investment that has gone in? I believe there's a bootstrap startup. So what has been the sort of investment or the kind of amount that you have spent till date? The second question is in terms of team. So I believe we have a founder and a co-founder here. What's the sort of how many employees are there on payroll? And the third question is more about the traction. What is the traction that you have got till date? Because I could see a lot of plans, projections, that's all fine. But would love to understand if at all, if you have, I'm sure you would have done some sort of a pilot phase testing and stuff. So these are the three questions.
Okay, so when we launched in 2018, it was just an MVP, and we also working as a developer agency for the customized projects for the mobile application development. So this was the, and we were getting feedbacks, and we were giving 30-40% of our time to this Royal PS, building a Royal PS. And then after the COVID, we worked on full time on that for the development as well as the marketing part. Once the after the COVID, we got more traction because the product was ready, plus the people are ready because they want to switch to the cloud-based POS, which are they are not using till now. So this was the thing. Second thing, we have total 4 numbers of
including both of us.
Including both of us. All are developers. Right now, I am handling the customer support as well as the marketing part kind of, and we are getting more tractions from the Play Stores and App Stores. They are downloading the app and they are using the 14 days free trial.
So how many users? That's my question.
Yeah, currently we have 600 paid users, but 16,000 registered users we have. The problem is this, the big gap is because
we do not have any
marketing team or follow-up team. We are going to place this in the March. We will have our in-house team for the follow-up things, and we already started working on the marketing, follow-up plan for the emails and WhatsApp as well.
So currently the problem was we four are the developers. So we were doing the development. We were consistently focusing on doing the development and building the good product. But we did not have any salesperson or marketing person. So that is the reason the sales haven't got high. But we are soon planning by the next financial year starting. We have already started hiring for the sales people. So to have an in-house team to follow, and we have also onboarded Rucha Nanavati ji on board with us, who has sales experience of 20 years in US, who is going to help us penetrate the US market. Okay,
so my two basic questions, I think it's still not answered. Out of 600 users, you said paid users. What's the revenue that you have generated? Yes. And second is, what's the investment that has gone in so far?
Till now, in the last for 4 years, we have 25 lakhs plus revenue. And
25 plus lakhs revenue?
Yes, revenue.
Okay.
Okay. And till now, we have invested around 20 plus. I cannot give you the perfect figure because when we started.
Yeah, that's just a ballpark.
Yeah, about 10-20 lakhs.
20 lakhs plus.
We have invested.
Okay. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vankawala. Now calling upon Mr. Pankaj Thakkar.
You know, you're in a very, very competitive space. So who do you think is your top competitor?
In India, it is Paid Puja.
Paid Puja is very aggressive in the market.
And what's their customer base?
Customer currently they have 25,000 plus restaurants, but they are targeting more medium plus big size restaurants. Our target is small and medium size who are going to use their phone or a tablet or something. Paid Puja is only on Windows, so computer based POS right now.
We have
so these are the
what our vision is to that a vendor can convert their mobile phone into fully functioning POS system. So what I vision is that all the small businesses, like right from Vada Pav Wala to all the vegetable vendors, should have an handy POS which will help them to digitalize all the transactions which they are doing, all the small things which currently they are using piece of paper, to replace that. So that is what I visualize.
And what stops Pine Labs from doing that?
Pine
Labs, we already integrated with them in their own device. Our app will be on their
device. We have done integrations with Pine Labs. So on the Pine Lab device, Royal POS will be available very soon. So we are in the process of development to integrate. Pine Labs is basically the payment gateway. We provide everything right from billing to inventory management and everything. Operations management.
And why do you think Vada Pav Wala would need this?
Because they need inventory. Nowadays, if one Vada Pav Wala, they are also looking for multiple outlets. Suppose not outlet, but they have multiple cards also. Because so when a cashier does the
not a cashier, the person who is standing over here, he does the billing. And also with Royal POS, they will able to manage and track how many atta is used, how many batata is used. So all these things they can track, and they can get an idea how much they are cooking and how much vice versa. PNL and all. And also if they expand, if they say have a 10 cards across Mumbai, they will also need to do GST filing and all.
Have you spoken to a Vada Pav Wala?
No, already we have many food trucks and Vada Pav Wala are using.
Trucks are using. We have our, and we are continuously getting feedbacks. And
how much money are you raising?
50 lakhs for the 10%.
How much? 50 lakhs, 10%. How long will it last?
9 months.
9 months.
For the runway of 9 months.
Then 9 months again, you will go for raising money.
Second round, yes, sir. That is, we have made the projection.
Okay, good job. Keep it up. I think there is a space for it, but there are, of course, you need a solid advisor.
Yes.
Because that's why our advisor board is very strong.
Recently, this advisor board formed last month only, sir. So similarly.
So when you raise money, you don't raise money for 9 months, okay? You raise money for 18 months.
Yes, absolutely. But
if you're raising for 9 months, it takes 6 months to raise money, and then so this is just an advice. But it's a good product.
Thank you.
And you need a lot of sales guys, feet on the street.
Yes,
so
that is very true. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Mr. Kataria.
Yeah, hi. I think good work, definitely, as everyone has said. Just one thought and one question. One thought is that there is still a reason or a hesitation for a lot of small time restaurants and food vendors to not digitize their accounts for obvious reasons, right? Because they may not want to make it public or get into that whole entire GST spiel, right? So that is one reason why a lot of these people have resisted kind of going digital or even ordering, even giving receipts on the food which is sold. So anyway, I think if you can solve that hesitation, I'm sure the market will open up. So that is just one thought to ponder over. And the question was that other than the food business, right, where you said that there are other competitors, do you think there are other retail areas where this POS can be applied? And if you would like to focus or build product for those kind of retail applications, which can actually give you a virgin territory to enter, rather than entering into a space where there already are competitors like Paid Puja. So just again a question, from that.
So we also have some customers alongside with the F&B section. like in a saloon,
they are using
they are
Royal
using
POS.
a
We
Royal
have
POS.
one saloon in Dubai who is using, who was actually our first customer, who started when we launched our MVP. We have a good client base in Africa. There is one gas station in Africa who are using a Royal POS. There is also one footwear in Africa who are using Royal POS. So there are many.
We are not targeting, but when we get the queries, we try to sort it out. Also, in recent events in Surat, where we are here, one of the corporate group has taken the contract from the SMC municipal for the garden. So now they are going to use Royal POS for the ticketing
in the garden, in the municipality garden. So we have got the contract of Surat, where there are municipality gardens, and for the ticketing purpose, they are going to use Royal POS. So that is also, we have got the PO also.
Yeah, no, that's good, because that gives you a diversified market to play with, and not just focus on a restaurant market.
We made that as customizable, so we can target more areas rather than
only focusing on restaurant.
But main marketing will be more on the F&B, but we still have the path to check all the
scale in all the verticals.
All right. I think no more questions from me. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Mohit has put a question in the chat box. Street vendor is a very diversified market. What challenge does it offer because it is not homogeneous?
Yes, absolutely. Street vendors are not going to take, because what happened is till now, if street vendors wanted POS or billing system, they had to go with the computer or something. Now they can directly use the Royal POS on their phone, so they don't need to invest on the hardware. They just also, they don't need a printer as well, because we provide WhatsApp integrations with that, so they can directly
we have
invoice for that.
Yes, we have one dosa wala here, and what happened was he wanted to start using POS, but his limitation was he did not wanted to invest any hardware, because obviously putting a computer and a printer is not possible. So what we given them a demo of Royal POS. With Royal POS, there is no need of computer or any other printer attached. If you do not want to invest, if you want, then go ahead. But they can directly punch the orders and send WhatsApp bills to their customers. So we provide those kind of, and also the bill that they send to customers, they can send in the local languages also. So that facility also we provide.
Mr. Mohit, do you have any other? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I would now like to invite Ashna to introduce our next startup.
Thanks, Tisha. The fourth startup for the day is Mesh Homes. Mesh Home provides a personalized smart home experience without rewiring or civil work. A space can be automated in less than 30 minutes with their service. Over to you, Mesh Homes.
Good evening, everyone. So, Mesh Home is basically an home automation system startup. It is a service-based company right now, as of now, in Raipur. So first of all, what is a home automation system? It is a system, or maybe you can call it a smart home, where you can control all the lights, fans, ACs, and any other appliances, including climate and security, with the help of internet via smartphone or a voice assistant such as Google and Alexa. So these are some of the major facts about automation. The Indian home automation market size is expected to reach at around $13,500 million by 2026. And by 2025, over 37% of new homes will include at least one smart device. So we at Mesh Home are in collaboration with some of the well-known brands. So basically, Mesh Home focuses on retrofit devices. So whether it is any budget or any construction, whether it is a 5-year-old home or a 10-year-old home, or maybe a commercial space, one can get that space automated in less time, in less than 30 minutes. So it is so basically the device comes. We are in touch, we are in collaboration with those brands, which 2-3 brands which have a device smaller size of a debit card, which gets fitted behind the switchboard, and then Wi-Fi configuration is done, and the space is good for operation. So, and we also provide centralized and decentralized solutions with a premium ranges of switches. These solutions are for our luxury segment, which I'll cover in the next slide. And therefore, we at Mesh Home also cover a wide range of smart digital door locks and smart curtains also. So these are our products. These the basic range gets fit is the retrofit one, which have multiple features, and it gets fitted behind the switchboard, and any electrician with basic knowledge can do the work. Is after the technicality is also very simple. It's just like you are downloading a new app and you have to just register the application. The IR ranges is for like if someone is having 3 to 4 remotes at his room, so there is no need to carry 3 to 4 remotes. You can get all the remotes on your phone, and similarly simultaneously you can control that too from your voice. So these modules are capable of getting fitted behind the switchboard, and straight away after installation you can get all the controls on your fingertips. We also cover smart curtains. So these smart curtains enhances the comfort of your home. So we have both like luxury ranges plus affordable pricing. So these are the premium. This is the luxury segment which we cover. So being from a tier 2 city as of now, people here needs the right education for home automation, because they don't have the right education as of now. So these are the premium switches where building a new home, when people have the spending power. So we cover also premium segments. So this is the basic glass switchboard which you are able to see. Now this glass switchboard comes in every brand. You can find it in every brand, but then this switchboard can get converted into different finishes like these. So whether it is stone, wood, or earth, you can convert a switchboard into these materials, and at the end it's not a button, these switches are feather touch. And we also cover more finishes and more varieties of touch switches. So basically home automation is the utmost purpose of home automation is security for most of the people. So we also cover security. So the major part of covering the security is people have the headache or maybe some worries to carry the keys and losing keys every time, and then you need to go to the keysmith and make a duplicate. So for here in security, we cover different types of digital door locks, which you have different features such as fingerprint, passwords, and every digital door lock has its own features. So price ranges from like good 10,000 to good 60 to 70,000. Simultaneously, we have more things in security to cover, such as video door phone, the smart door lock, the smart safe, etc. So the major benefits of getting a home automation done is every app has both their Android. Every company has their both Android and iOS apps. With the help of automation, you can set schedules for every day for your day-to-day tasks. For example, at 7 a.m. in the morning, you want your curtains to be drawn so that you can wake up easily without any hindrance with natural sunlight. Efficient electricity usage, such as 2-3 brands have their in-app bill prediction option, and every product is compatible. Every product which we are in collaboration with is compatible with the leading voice assistants such as Google Home, Alexa, and for Apple users, we have Siri also. Hence, you live a smarter life. our main vision is at Mesh Home is to become a one-stop solution where one can fulfill all his needs, starting from lighting, smart curtains, smart security cameras, digital door locks, digital safes, and many more. These are our brands which we are in collaboration with as of now. These are the major brands, and you can contact us on the below details. Thank you. This was my time. Open for questions.
Thank you. Now inviting Mr. Mohit Shukla. Mr. Mohit has asked, what is your competitive landscape and what questions do potential customers usually ask? Security, safety, hazards from something they may not always be able to control.
The competitive landscape in home automation is the leading brands such as Legrand and Lutron, but they have but the budget which they provide is like quite huge. So the basic budget which they give of getting a 4 BHK to 5 BHK bungalow is like not less than 10 lakh rupees. And we can, with our retrofit modules, we can cover that in like less than 2 to 3 lakh rupees. And nothing extra to be given according, like if someone wants just one room to get automated, not the other room, so it is good, we can do it. And the next day, if someone wants that he or she needs to expand the automation to another room, we can do it in like with the same procedure in like less than 30 minutes. So, and secondly, people are mainly focusing on security. So that's why we cover these wide ranges of security products such as digital door locks and video door phones. So video door phone is like just like a bell, where a person is where a person comes out, is standing over the door and ringing the bell, so you can watch and talk to the person from inside only without opening the door. Thank you.
Thank you. Now inviting
I have one more question. The quality assurance is every brand is claiming different warranties and guarantee periods in for every brand is claiming different warranty and guarantee periods in every product. So for example, well, it is a if it is a digital door lock, so the company is claiming good 3 to 5 years of warranties and guarantees with the service. So every brand has their toll-free numbers behind the in the packagings and all, and we are also there to help them connect with the company people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mohit. Now inviting Mr. Uday Bankawala.
So this is interesting, but my question is very basic. So is it a registered start? Have you registered your startup?
No, sir, not as of now, because I just started this at peak COVID times at like 2020 September. And then just for building the online presence, then slowly and steadily I got my first project on January. But then the first project was unfortunately getting delayed by the customer themselves. So they were keep on changing. They were like repeatedly changing their house plans and all. So that's why it was getting delayed. So I completed that my first project of the full 6 BHK house in like a year. But it doesn't take so much time. Like I have done multiple.
When do you intend to register your startup?
So the reason behind it is not registered is right now it is just in Raipur, Chhattisgarh. So my main vision is to cover the tier 2 cities, because being a capital here in the Raipur being a capital, there are districts with many families who have huge spending power. So I have heard about people in like small districts near Raipur who are spending like good 15 to 20 lakhs in their home automation systems.
So what's stopping you then?
It's nothing is stopping me. It's just that I'm the sole owner and the sole person who is working.
What was the project
here.
value? एक साल में जो आपने complete किया वो?
That was around 6 to 8 lakhs.
And what was the margin that you got?
Margin is good, 70 to 80%.
Okay. Okay. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now inviting Mr. Kataria.
Hey, hi, Sagar.
Hi.
I'm just trying to understand, is there any defensible IP or patent that you have for any of these products? Because as you rightly said, there's a lot of competition, right? And
yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's the reason we are a service, just a service provider, and we are the right educator. So I am purchasing products first from the company. After taking the order from the customer, I am bringing it to myself. I am examining it, I am testing it, and then providing as a service with the product to the customer.
Oh, okay. So you all are intermediary, kind of customizing the product as per the client requirements.
Yes,
in
yes,
that sense.
correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And in terms of the projected numbers, as you mentioned that you are currently only operating in Raipur, right?
Yeah. So sir, my sorry to interrupt, but there's one bigger vision of mine which I have at the back of my head, but not so sooner. I think to cover pan India, we can become one Amazon for smart products. So it will be like an e-commerce platform where people can come, get educated there itself, know the products, and then buy from there only. Then the company technicians will be there to handle the installation and all.
Okay.
So people can come and get all the smart products which are like the basic smart products, so that they're at the same platform only.
Got it. Got it. And I'm saying in short term, like say next 1 year, what is the expected revenue or the expected gross turnover or that you're looking at? Like how many projects are you looking to complete?
So sir, there are 2 projects lined up as of now. One is of the premium range, and one is for the retrofit also, like one each. And the thing is, we can't project the revenue as of now. Like we can't project the numbers, because, for example, if I get a client also who is willing to get it automated, but we never know that he is willing to get just one of his room automated or the whole house. Whether it is a retrofit, he is going with the retrofit or with the premium range. So my main purpose and my main struggle here is to get the connection. The connections here, we need the connections here with the interior designers and the builders. But then at the end, this home automation system in Raipur as of now is a choice, not a need. So my main purpose right now is to make it a need, whether it is the whole house getting automated, whether it is just the one home, so that people here in tier 2 cities at least have one single device, a smart device at their place.
Sure. Okay. Okay. I think no more questions from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Mr. Mohit has a question. What confidence do you have with regard to the people who execute for you? Reliability, competence?
So the confidence here is the after sales service, which I am sure which I still give to the earlier side which I have done. So I have that tendency to provide the after sales service, and the customer is like everything for myself as of now. And reliability, and in terms of reliability, people, it's just the right education we need to give. That's why we are a service company who is putting different products and different brands in front of the customer or the consumer. Then he has to choose according to his needs. So at the end, we are providing it as a service. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sagar. I would now like to invite Ashna to invite our next startup.
Thank you so much, Tisha. So our last startup for the day is Mediseva. Mediseva provides teleconsultation and other healthcare solutions to patients by specialist doctors through digital centers. It's primarily catering to people from 3rd, 4th, and 5th tier cities and Gram Panchayat level, having a population less than 20,000 people. They are the ones who have inaccessibly qualified doctors and are forced to spend their limited resources traveling to cities to get these services. Over to you, Mediseva.
Thank you so much. Very good evening to one and all. So I'm Dr. Vishesh Kasliwal. I'm running this startup known as Mediseva. It's a healthcare company working in the segment of rural telemedicine. So what we have realized in the rural segment, the people are getting the treatment done from a local doctor who is either unqualified or underqualified, which lead to further complications. And if the patient is traveling to a city to get the treatment done, so he ends up spending a lot of money to get the treatment. So what solution we came out was that to start up with phygital clinics. So these are like physical clinics wherein the patient walks in, he gets the consultation done from a specialist or an MBBS doctor, and a proper solution is being given to the patient. So it was started by me and my wife. We both are the co-founders of the company. During the time of pandemic, I was giving consultation to multiple patients over a video call or a phone line. That time we realized that this is a big problem, not only in the time of COVID, but post-COVID as well. Then me and my wife started brainstorming upon it, how to take it further. And we came to a conclusion that we should get into this phygital model, wherein we can help up the rural people to get the consultation from a proper channel. So how it works? So patient walks into a Mediseva Kendra, he gets his registration done. So this registration is done by a man who's sitting over there, whom we call a medipreneur. He gets the physical examination of the patient done. Then over a phone call, he gets connected to a junior doctor who is either a physiotherapist, BMS or a BHMS doctor. So these junior doctors take the complete history of the patient and takes up a suitable appointment with a suitable doctor. So the appointment is done, consultation happens, the prescription is generated, and the invoicing happens. And at the 3rd day and the 5th day, this patient gets a call from our side inquiring whether he's keeping well or not, is he having any kind of side effects or not, does he need any kind of other help. So this is a 2-step process basically. So there are multiple players in the segment of telemedicine. So most of them are working in the urban sector through a mobile application like Practo and MFine, wherein Tatva and Jio are direct competitors who are working in the segment of rural people through digital models. But there is difference between us and them. Like it's a 2-step process, which I was mentioning earlier, that there is a concept of a junior doctor who takes the complete history of the patient. Since the patient doesn't understand which doctor to get the consultation from. So this junior doctor becomes a bridge between the patient and the final consultant. We provide a very highly personalized service like a family doctor. We call it healthcare managers. Why? Because we even provide investigation services. We provide post-consultation care. And definitely our founding team consists of doctors and the engineers. So it becomes a good blend between the domain expertise and the IT expertise as well. So if I talk about the revenue and the growth model, so in the phase 1, when we started with 2 centers. So these are 2 small towns near Indore where I belong to. So this is Hartpipli and Sonkaj. So if I talk about the revenue streams, so on a general consultation, we charge 150 rupees. For a specialist consult, we get 500 rupees. On pathology investigation, we get a service charge of 50%. On radiology investigation, a service charge of 30% we get. On hospitalization, 20% of the invoice amount is our service charge. And in ambulance service, we charge around 1,000 rupees plus. In the phase 2, which is the current phase which is going on, we plan to expand in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Gujarat. We are planning to expand through the VLE model. VLE are basically village level entrepreneurs who are either working in banking kiosk segment, or they are into e-governance centers, or they already have certain small place where the particular hardware is already present. We are even partnering with pharmacies in rural areas to work upon. To going ahead, we are tied up with the company known as NICT Technologies Private Limited, who is already working in the segment of banking kiosks around across India. They already have around 20,000 plus kiosk centers, and we have tied up we have an LOI of 50,000 plus Mediseva Kendra across India along with them. So if I talk about our business metrics, currently we are present in 10 places. We have 10 centers, 2 of which are self-owned and 8 are franchisee owned. We have given consultation to 1,400 plus patients with a revenue of 7 lakh rupees plus. We say that we have tried to save rural money of around 50 lakh rupees. Why do we say so? Because the patient, when travel to a city, they end up spending a lot of money traveling, lodging, boarding, fooding. So approximately 5,000 to 6,000 rupees is the money which they spend other than consultation and investigations. So we say that approximately 550 lakh rupees, which is the amount which we have saved so far. And total man days which we have saved is approximately 3,000. Why? Because when a patient is ill, he doesn't travel alone to a city. He's accompanied by either one person or two person. So approximately 3,000 man days we have saved. We project that by end of 22-23, we'll be able to give consultation to 48,000 people. And by 23-24 to 5,30,000 people with a revenue generation of 2.5 crore and 31 crore respectively. The average revenue per patient is somewhere around 574. An average contribution per patient is approximately 109 rupees. So we are even covering multiple UN SDGs like good health and well-being, gender equality, decent work and economic growth, reduce inequalities, and climate actions. As we say that in the span of 1 year, we'll be able to give 48,000 consultations, and we'll be giving health awareness sessions to 20 lakh plus people. Why do we say so? Because we are targeting school students, where we are going into schools and giving health awareness sessions to these school students. We are even generating revenue streams for multiple females. So these are ASHA workers, Anganwadi workers, A&M GNMs. So we are generating new revenue opportunities for these females. Definitely, we are generating multiple employment opportunity for rural people, and we are saving approximately 25 crore rupees in next 1 year. And the amount of carbon emission which is being there in traveling to a city from a village, so we'll be negating it, and we approximately 6 lakhs plus kgs of carbon emission would be negated then. So if I talk about the roadmap, we have already, we are at an early traction stage with 1,400 plus consultation already given with a revenue of 7 lakhs rupees. We project that in a span of 12 months, we'll be there at break-even point with 1,000 plus BLE centers and 180 pharmacy centers. In next 24 months, we'll be present in 5 states with a team of 40 members, and in next 36 months in 10 states with a team of 75 members. So that's it from my side. So these are a sample prescription which we are giving to a patient. The general prescription looks like this. This is a typical center, how we are being placed. This is some glimpse of health camps and health awareness sessions which we've been doing. This is a general pamphlet which we distribute in the rural segment for marketing purpose. And this is some social media content from my side, from our side, from Mediseva. So thank you so much. I'm open for questions.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Mr. Mohit Shukla. Mr. Mohit has asked a question. He says that this is a vital space because of the need for medical assistance and outreach. Is one of your goals the prevention of the risks of hit and miss in terms of diagnosis, as that is a significant risk in outcomes given remote channel? Is that a key parameter for you in your thought process?
Okay, thank you so much for the question, sir. So I would like to answer that. Sir, so what we have done, we have tied up with a company known as Abhay Parimiti. So they have a small product, smaller than a size of a mobile phone. So wherein on touch of a finger, your body vitals are being recorded without any human error. So these results are approximately 99.7% accurate. This is a patented product approved by BERAC and everybody in the country. So we are even focusing, though this company is focusing on getting non-invasive glucose, non-invasive other blood parameters like hemoglobin and urea and albumin levels as well. So eventually it will be getting into that phase. We feel that if timely consultation is being done in a proper way, then all these things could be negated. So we are definitely targeting upon diabetes, which because India is becoming the diabetes capital of the world. So we are focusing on a few things like diabetes, blood pressure, where we give more focus on, and we are working thoroughly, and my doctors are always onto it so that we could resolve this issue. So I hope I answered your question, sir. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Mr. Uday Vankawala.
So, Dr. Vishesh, this is really interesting because we are already incubating one startup. It's called as DG Swasthya Foundation that is into similar space. So this is like something that I can really see in terms of the impact that it can create. My question, before the question, one suggestion, you have mentioned one of the slides, unique selling proposition. I think you really need to have it as unique value proposition rather than a selling proposition, the kind of space that you are in. So that's just one suggestion that I have.
Sure, sir. I'll make it a point. Yeah.
The second input that I have is more with regards to impact and your core proposition or a value. Is it setting up centers, or is it really addressing individual patients? What is your focus area? Because DG Swasthya, the startup that we have, what they really focus on is having more and more centers at the remote location, and that is also a phygital approach. So definitely I would like to know, is it more of setting up centers, or is it more of addressing each individual patient at those remote locations? What is your focus area?
So both the things are going parallelly. So our focus is, if we want to cater more and more patients. But if I go into remote location, getting more patients at that location from a distant part is difficult. So we need to set up multiple centers across multiple villages. So for that reason, we tied up. I am not very much I'm not able to get into that space in opening multiple centers across. So that was the reason we tied up with NICT, where we are there in the revenue sharing model. So this company is helping us in opening centers where we are giving the health education and health awareness to the patient, and we are targeting the patients out there. Okay. So my main focus is treating the patient, and NICT's main focus is opening up the center.
Right. My last question, I'm sure you would have heard about Mohalla clinics that were being set up, right? I mean, how do you see your model different than those?
So one, okay. So definitely there are multiple players. I won't deny that fact that there are multiple people who are getting into the similar space of digital models and clinics in the rural segment. To the concept, the way we are working, I'm a medical doctor by myself. I have a team of around 150 doctors in a very small phase right now. I'm capable to get more and more doctors on board because being a medical doctor, I have connects through which I can get them on board. Three, my technology which we are creating, I feel that it could change the game because we'll be following the Uber model, wherein the patient doesn't have to wait, the doctor doesn't have to wait. So we are creating that kind of amalgamation between both of them through artificial intelligence, though I do not understand the technology part a lot, but what I have understood from my partners, I'm trying to explain you that. So that is how we are trying to negate and trying to reduce the competition. But for sure, there would be multiple players who will be coming into the field. And I really want that there should be more players so that we could resolve this issue of healthcare throughout the country.
Just explore one more avenue, which is more of government, because MP government, I believe, is working very at this moment aggressively on a lot of new initiatives. And then there are certain subsidy schemes around that.
So for that thing, I'm so sorry, I just want to add on it. So definitely E-Sanjeevani project is going on a lot throughout the country, and MP is doing so. But the problem which they are is in the E-Sanjeevani project, the district hospital doctors have to see the patient at the rural place through video consultation, wherein these doctors doesn't have time to cater that extra patients because they are already so much occupied in the whole thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that is one
so,
thing.
I mean, those challenges we can definitely have those discussions offline, but this is really good. I think you have really got the right space, and this is what needs to be done in the new India. So really appreciate your efforts and putting your education in the right sort of a sector. I mean, in the right sort of area. So wonderful. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Mr. Kataria.
Hi. Okay, I thought there was Pankaj before me. Dr. Vishwesh, I think it's a good, awesome idea. My only one question was, do you then, because your centers are located in deep corners and in more rural areas, right? Are there any technical bandwidth issues which may impact the operation of a center?
Yeah.
And how do you face them? Yeah.
Yeah. So in the initial phase, we are targeting only the tehsil level places. We'll be going eventually into a smaller space. And what we have realized, we are creating that kind of software wherein the mobile phone
I think we lost him.
Yeah, I think he might have gotten disconnected. Maybe we could wait a minute.
Yeah.
Mobile network is there across India. So we are vouching upon it. NICT has already started with. So I am sure I might get, because it's a technology and we are trying to negate it by keeping a geo device or some kind of this kind of devices at the center. We are telling the people to have that device, though we are not providing it. So it is a capex from their side rather than our side.
Well, also, I think what I learned from your presentation is that you have a 2-level model, right? Wherein the first level is a junior doctor who understands the patient requirements, and then he in turn advises the right domain or the right doctor to him for more serious discussions, right? Now, in this case, because this is happening remotely, right, and because a junior doctor may be assigned to a large number of patients, how do you hold accountability or the responsibility of the doctor? Because that is a very critical part of it, right? So how do you kind of monitor that part in this case? Because in physical centers, I can understand because the doctor is sitting next to next, and he can at least view the patient and give a direct advice. But in this case, because it's a kind of an online intervention and not fully offline intervention, how do you manage that the junior doctor has the right bandwidth, and he has not the right number of patients who are allocated to him? So how does that model work out?
Yeah, thank you, sir, for that question. So the junior doctors are sitting across the country. They are not sitting at the center one. So it's a phone call. So I am working again with the junior doctors on a model of on an Uber model. So this patient, the medipreneur who is sitting at the center, he just clicks a button that a junior doctor is required. There is a 2 options, like an MBBS consult or a specialist consult. For an MBBS consult, if the medipreneur clicks an MBBS consult, so all the MBBS doctor gets a push notification wherein whosoever is free will take up the patient. Similarly, for a specialist consult, we have this junior doctor concept. So the medipreneur presses specialist. So all the junior doctor gets a notification, whosoever is free, take up the patient. So I am adding junior doctors day on day because they'll be the one who will be they are the bridge between the doctors. So they are the most important part. And even the post consultation also, they'll be playing a very important role, because again, they'll be becoming the bridge between the doctor and the patient. Are they keeping well or not? The side effects, do they need any kind of other help from our side? So that would be a big network, and it would work on a Uber model.
And the system will be able to kind of understand that whether these doctors have done their part, right?
Yeah.
So you will have, do you have a system of let's say patients rating them, like in Uber? If I can rate the driver, right, and Uber will know, because there's a payment involved, so Uber will know whether I've been dropped to a position, right? So I know that, so Uber know that the driver has done his work, right? But in your case, how will you, because I mean, today it is okay because you have 100 doctors, maybe you can manage it on a one-on-one basis. But tomorrow, let's say that you have a network of 1,000 doctors, right? You can't manage it on a one-on-one basis. You will need technology to understand whether doctors have actually taken the patient and given them the right advice, right? So how will you manage that part of the system?
So if the prescription is being generated, then we know that the patient is being treated completely. So prescription is being printed at the center. So that is one thing which we know that, okay, prescription is because the medipreneur get a notification, okay, the prescription is done. Now you print it and give it and take the invoice. So that is one. And two, regarding the quality of treatment. So that is why the junior doctor comes into the role, because they'll be asking that, are you feeling better or not? Are there any kind of side effects? Do you need any kind? If everything is okay, continue with the treatment as prescribed. Or if anything, if problem is happening, so this junior doctor consults the doctor, because everything is there in the system. He consults the doctor and changes the treatment accordingly. I do not want patient to come at the center because it's a cost to me.
Right.
So for that thing, we want everything to be technologically moved.
Right. Okay. All right. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Kataria, and thank you to all the startups and judges. Over to you, Rakhi ma'am.
Thank you very much, Tisha, and congratulations to all the startups who presented, and it was really nice listening to all of you. In the meantime, judges are doing the total. I would like to invite our principal, Dr. Ashok Wadia. Principal, sir, are you there? Hello. I think he is okay. So there is another event which is happening simultaneously in college. Yes.
No, don't worry, I'm there.
Okay, sir. So we would like you to give your remarks.
First thing is, let me thank all the judges for taking so much time, and also from so many entries to actually zero down on the PIU. So that is wonderful. And I was listening to everyone, and kind of innovative ideas which people are coming with, and I could see that mostly the requirement was more of the social type. So I think that is something which is very, very important. I know I'm not considering which one is good or bad or anything, because every idea is very important, and as we had discussed in the morning, that it requires courage to take up the idea and to take it further. So I think all the 5, according to me, all the 5 of them winners. Not only that, all the remaining 20 who had not reached up to this height, they are also the winners. So that judgment will be, on the basis of how they can implement or whatever the conditions judges will put. I'm leaving it to them. But the students' efforts, I must acknowledge that our students have put up lots of efforts, and to reach out to the judges, reach out to the speakers, getting it done under your guidance, Rakhi, and as well as the entire team. Like today, Pratik was there to fill in the gap when you were not there. So I think it's a wonderful thing that here we are working in a kind of environment where everyone is there to support. And I think that is what the students are also learning are able to manage. So in this entire thing, there's a lot of learning, which is not only the students have received, but I think I also, because of attending all these sessions. And I must thank all the 3 judges. Of course, they are the one taking so much time to listen and giving their inputs, asking the questions. And I know that our friend has to go at 6:30, so I will not take much time. So you asked for my comments, but I think they are the one who will give the judgment. But again, I think the best benefit out of it is that it's not the prize money or something what they will get, but expressing their ideas and putting it across. So even all those attendees also will learn how to present the things, because tomorrow if they have their venture and if they want a venture capitalist to listen to them, they should know how to go about it. So I must thank our all students who had taken so much efforts. I could make out from their eyes that they had sleepless nights. There are black circles around their eyes. So I think tomorrow they will be able to rest. But I love my students, as I always say, and they are my strength. So going with that, I think the students, if they learn something out of it, the entire this exercise, and then they start their own startups, that will be the wonderful thing. I won't say best of luck because I consider all were best. And so luck is not a factor because all their efforts will pay them. Thank you.
Thank you very much for such nice words, sir. Of course, your support is always there, and which is why we are able to host such events, and all our students and faculty and all the entire team at Giant feel, we are all privileged to have you as our leader, that we can work and
no need to praise. No need to praise. My faculty, as I said, my students are the strength. It's a one arm, and the faculty is the other arm. Yeah. See, to get this faculty to actually go ahead and to put more efforts rather than just teaching, you don't get that kind of response from the faculty everywhere, and that is where the Jain differs. And that's why I believe that when the judges you miss that, but when they said that we like to come back again and again, and we had seen that early in the morning also, the same kind of reciprocation. So I think what we are doing together, and of course I am just there in the background, I will say, and I would like to remain in the background because you are the front leaders, and you are actually achieving this with the help of the students. Please go ahead and do that. More and more such kind of things.
Thank you, sir. In the meantime, I would like Mahika to just quickly brief the people about the incubation center. Mahika, are you there? Yeah.
A very good evening to all of you present here. So the Jai Hind College Incubator and Accelerator Center is a safe place for young business ventures. The incubator was founded in the year 2020. Ever since right now we are home to around 20 plus incubatees. These incubatees are from various geographical locations across India. We have mentors and experts who help these incubatees to transform their ideas. And these mentors are from across India and from across the globe as well. And we also have a pre-incubation program and an incubation program. So if you have an idea and a vision and a business plan and you want to take it ahead, then you can apply for our pre-incubation program. And if you have a venture, you've begun your operations, then our incubation program is the place for you. So right now also we have opened applications for new incubatees. So the incubators, so you could reach out to us on the email I'm putting in the chat box, and we will help you with the procedure. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mahika. Is Ashna here? Ashna?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Mohit sir is still doing the scoring because he had a separate Excel sheet. So can you quickly give your feedback and your learning and your remarks, because the entire year and the working and all, it was indeed a great experience, I'm sure. So Ashna, over to you.
Yes. So I'd like to thank the entire committee for always working shoulder to shoulder throughout the year, and also from the last week. I know everyone has had a lot of sleepless nights. I'd specifically like to thank all my vice presidents who have worked tirelessly, and probably even more than me, some of you all. Tisha, Somesh, Gaurav, Purna, Mehdi, Shan, Gargi, all of you all. Thank you so much for being always being there, and Nandika, especially the media head. I'm very glad that I've had the opportunity to be a part of this experience, and I've learned a lot from it, and I'm sure everyone in the committee also has learned a lot from it. I've made a lot of friends who are almost like family just because of this committee. That's it from my side. Thank you, everyone. I hope you all enjoy the Global Entrepreneurship Summit. Thank you.
Our mentors are just calculating the scores. And in the time being, we hope that all of you have benefited greatly from the past 2 days, from all our various master classes yesterday, our global speakers who came to speak on the various different topics, the workshops, and even the startup competition right now, our keynote speaker sessions. We hope to give you all a great experience and a great and grander experience every year. We hope we could do that and that each of you have taken back some learnings from these 2 days. We hope it was a great learning experience for all of you. And we thank you for attending the Global E-Summit 2022. And we'll just be waiting for our mentors to reveal the score. In the meanwhile, Prateek sir, would you like to say a few words?
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I got an opportunity to go through a couple of events and sit through a couple of events in the entire summit, and I'm mighty impressed. It's my first year with the Entrepreneurship Summit, and I was really impressed at the caliber of the participants and the speakers that came out. I'd also like to thank Rakhi ma'am for giving me the opportunity to get connected with the summit this year. Also, hats off to the entire team for being so efficient and so capable to carry out such a mammoth event and with such great ease. And I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
In the meantime, I also would like my marketing team also to. They spoke. Oh, I didn't hear. I just was out. Operations team.
My marketing hasn't spoken. You can invite Somesh to speak.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I was inviting. Okay, ma'am, you go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Somesh Tarwani. I just, in the meantime, just asked to contact Mr. Somesh. Quickly want to share with everybody. It was we had around 100.
I'm just connecting the Wi-Fi. It's slow.
Okay, Somesh. So we had 150 plus registration, and for that I really would like to applaud and appreciate my PR team, Mr. Gaurav Kalra. Is he there? The entire team. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Right. So Gaurav can hear that. That's the best thing. So it's real appreciation to you, Gaurav, and your team for ensuring that we have so many registrations. The point here is reaching out to so many people about all these things is really commendable. So thank you, Gaurav, and the entire team, the PR team, operations team.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And of course, we talk about it, something which we call as marketing. So when we say raising funds and ensuring the right marketing is done. So of course, it's the entire Somesh Tarwani along with all his team members. We will have a closing ceremony separately, but here I just would like to acknowledge that. So many people, I know Purna, we was working day in, day out in PR team, and Somesh was right there on Marine Drive sending pictures of the billboard. So I think that's the kind of commitment and level you all have shown. So we really appreciate all the creatives were approved. Every single small things which were taken care of in terms of the font sizes to the logo placements. Nandika, everybody, we could see, and the compliance team which were checking up every. There's so many small things which we just miss out, and they were taking care of in terms of videos and. I think in all our social media is very active. So really appreciate all your teamwork, and I think judges are right here. So over to you, the jury member. Can we start with Mr. Uday Mankawala? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Very much
Satish,
there.
Yes. Lots and lots of thanks to Mr. Uday, Mr. Satish, and Mr. Mohit, who have always been there with us from years and supporting this ecosystem. So I would like to hand it over to the three of you, to give your feedback to the students and the startups.
So, Uday, over to you first.
Yeah, please go ahead, Satish.
No, go ahead, Uday.
Okay, wonderful. So first and foremost, wonderful. That's amazing. Jai Hind team, Dr. Rakesh Sharma, Dr. Wadia, the students. It's been so amazing. I still remember, I believe, the last summit that we had. We have had a lot of learnings through that summit as well. And it's so wonderful to really adhere to the timelines and also specifically very much sort of ensuring that the participants also have 6 minutes to pitch and questions to be asked by the panel members or jury members in a particular order. Very well organized. This speaks a lot in terms of the effort that has gone in. And I know it's not just only this last 2 hours, this particular session. I think it's been 2 days that the team has been working relentlessly. So kudos to the team, to the pitching team. I believe great job. Each and everyone out there who pitched and then ensured that their startup has been heard and then seen. I can see 300 plus students or participants that are there. It's going live. So amazing job. Just one particular advice to the startups, more than talking about the total addressable market, overall sort of opportunity and maybe about the macro view. I think very important is also to show us exactly what's the traction that you have got specifically from the market. What is it that you are doing and what is it the roadmap that you have for the next 6 to 8 months? Because this is what we really look at as mentors, that what are the on-ground issues rather than what's there in the PPT or what's there in the surveys or maybe research that you have done. So that's one input that I have. Otherwise, I think each and every one, all the startups, they have a long way to go, and with support from Jai Hind and incubators like us, I'm sure they will really achieve those sort of milestones. So amazing job. Thanks a lot. And it's always a privilege to be a part of the summit. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Uday. And again, I think a very thanks to the entire team from Jai Hind and especially Dr. Raki ma'am, who's always kind enough to invite me for these opportunities. And I think, as Uday said, I would definitely second him. It was a very well coordinated effort, right from syncing with the timings and kind of selecting these top 5 startups from amongst. I think there must be hundreds of applications that you must have received. And again, I think the startups that you presented, each one of them have been unique and strong in their own sense. And I really appreciate the lineup, that I every time get to see at this event. Also, I guess end of the day, the startup which always manages to get the brownie points from investors are the startups who have gone and tested the hypothesis in the market. They have delivered on the proof of concept and moved beyond that, have built a strong market traction, even though the numbers could be early numbers. But even if they have gone out, tested the idea, sold, got some paid customers, right, and converted those clients for themselves, that itself speaks a lot about those startups, and that is what we investors always look out for, right? So that becomes the critical part, and I think that is why Uday spoke about that. Do not focus too much on the macro part, because that is something which you always realize is there, obviously, because otherwise the idea would have not been even thought of. But it is a micro part, and what is it that you, from your unique perspective, is bringing on board, right? And have been able to implement on ground. That is what actually matters to us. So yeah, with that, I think once again, all the best to every entrepreneur. I think the point that you guys have reached till here itself speaks volume about each one of you, and wishing you all the best for your future endeavors.
I request the jury members to please announce the result.
Sure. Uday, will you do the honors, please?
Mohitji is also there. I think, Mohitji, would you like to share your thoughts? I believe, if at all.
No,
the results.
I did put it into the chat. But yes, as always, I'm completely blown away by 2 things. One is just how organized and arranged this always has been. it's marvelous to see the kind of impact this kind of thing can have. Absolutely wonderful lineup, and is also absolutely outstanding. You know, the courage that you have when you pick something like this up and come to not only, you know, implement it and then come to is amazing. So, you know, kudos for the and kudos for everything that you do. I'll just echo one thing that UD said earlier, which is, you know, when you pitch, also try and bring to life some of the experiences that you've had as you go about what you do, because it really brings to life what you are presenting in terms of the challenges you may have faced when you went about putting it together, and as you proceed, the learnings you've made from errors, how you've changed track to kind of, you know, overcome those challenges and errors, really makes a big difference as well when you talk about what you are setting out to do. So always, you know, bear that in mind, because it just enhances confidence from the people who are hearing you. So wonderful.
Thanks.
Okay, so we'll get on to the results part of it, Dr. Rakhi, if at all I can.
Yes.
So first and foremost, congratulations. You are in top 5. I think all the 5 startups that presented, all the 5 founders. I think it's out of hundreds of entries that you have been chosen.
To be precise, it was 150 plus.
Awesome,
Wow.
awesome.
Out of that, 25 were eliminated by online applications, which went to jury. And
Right.
25 had to go for the first round of elimination. And then 5 is what you got.
Wow, that's so amazing. So you are in top 5. Congratulations, all the startup founders, the 5 startups that presented, and we have to select the top 2, I believe. Rather, it was quite easy for us because all the jury members that were there, and then we just calculated, it's a consolidated sheet that we had our scores. And I believe it was very easy because I think what we really took into account, let me also share the parameters or factors for selecting those startups. First and foremost, the passion with which the startup spoke about. The second, which I believe is most important, what I really talk about is also value proposition. What is it that you are doing differently, and how you are really implementing that value proposition. The third part, what we really wanted to gauge was the traction, as Satish sir and then in fact Mohitji also spoke about it, is the traction. I mean, what is it that you have done? And it's not just there in the PPTs. That's the third part. And the fourth part is the social impact. I think that's one of the areas that Jai Hind Incubator always looks at it, and we look at it jointly, that what is the impact that you are creating for the society apart from the business side of it. And keeping those parameters in mind, let me first announce the first runner-up. So we have top 2. That's what we have been asked to do. So the first runner-up, mind you, it's not the winner. So winner, maybe that announcement can be done by Satish sir and Mohitji together, if at all. I would just announce the first runner-up, and congratulations, kudos. And it's all women empowerment. That's Asim Shakti Enablers OPC Private Limited. I think it's written as OPC Private Limited. It has to be OPC. So yeah, one person company, Asim Shakti, and kudos to Asim Shakti for doing some amazing work on ground, and keep up the good work. We'll definitely chat offline as well, and we would love to support you in future as well. So that's Asim Shakti, first runner-up, and over to Satish sir and Mohitji for the winners announcement.
Yeah, thanks so much, Uday. So Mohit sir, if you are online, maybe you can announce it, and
you can announce. You both can announce it together.
Sure. I think
absolutely. Please go ahead, Satish ji.
Thank you, Mohitji. So I think what we really loved in this startup, was obviously the first factor was the kind of social impact that it has the potential to create. And no matter what we keep saying, I believe there is a lot to be done for the proper healthcare to reach the remotest corners of the country, right? No matter how technologically advanced we may be. And I think this startup is definitely one step in that vision. to take the proper healthcare to the remotest corners of the country. And I think you must have got the hint by now. So we are talking about Mediseva. So congrats to Mediseva team, and I think you guys have done an amazing work. And Godspeed to all of you, and we really hope that you keep doing this in a more better way, and and reach out to more and more deeper corners of the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Satish sir. Thank you, Uday sir. Thank you, Mohit sir. And yes, top 5 and even many more who were among top 25. And there are a lot of things they're doing at a very specific level. And of course, maybe I would request all of you all, because we can actually help so many of them who are at the initial phase and have got, but they somehow got rejected and not got selected. That doesn't mean that they are not doing a good work. So probably we can actually sort of work and support those startups as well. So that is something which I would like to, because that's how, that's our kind of vision we have, right, Uday? That's what, supporting this. So why not take up, those startups also? And that is what we were thinking of, getting in touch with them. So I will require all your support to do so. So, and maybe we can work together to take up those startups and help them how to move ahead. So that is the support we request from all our jury members. And I would also like to invite my fellow team member, who is my younger sister to me, who is always there to support. And when we do these kind of events, she's always there. So my colleague, my department person, Ms. Shilpa More, can we have you here to give your remarks to?
Professor? Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, when I joined, and after that, the events have started, whether it is Talash or it is E-Summit, it has been growing every single year. The kind of innovative projects that are coming, as she mentioned, it was more than 150 plus registrations that we have got, out of which these 5 are there. The different projects that are there, definitely it requires meticulous planning, execution, and eye for detail. So all of this has brought you here. I really my heartfelt congratulations to all those who were there for the presentation today. The ideas are really, really good. I would thank my HOD for her enormous support every time, and the guidance that she provides to all the students, because this event is actually organized by all the students. The kind of guidance that she provides also with the shoutings and everything. So I really thank her for creating this kind of an event and definitely supporting the students to make this possible. I would like to end with a quote by George Shaw saying, "Life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself." Thank you so much, everyone, for your performance, for your wonderful job. Congratulations to all the participants who were there. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Shilpa. You said that I'm a difficult person to work with because I create obstacles for my team, for everybody to do well. Huh? So to improve, and I think Uday, Satish, and Mohit, they all know that, we always want to innovate and we always want to do better. And that's how, and that's what, and the results are right here. All the students, and thank you very much. Congratulations to all the participants, attendee, and Ashna, over to you. Thank you, Dr. Vishesh. Congratulations once again. I can see you, Dr. Vishesh. Commendable work, and I completely, this was such the moment when you were presenting, though I was not a part of it, I was listening and I said, India needs it. And you've reached out. That's really, really commendable. We all are privileged to be in this tier 1 city. We have all the facilities, but there's so many of our people who really, really need it. And that is something which you have taken that step. It is really, at any other support which we can be of any help, we will be more than happy. Thank you very much. It's a great, great stuff. And I don't know if Miss Swati is here because that sari is wow. It's so that's the best, so it's a great Asim Shakti. So it is really a Shakti. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for the kind words. Thanks.
Ashna?
I would now like to invite our student secretary, Ashna Malhotra, to give her feedback and declare the summit closed.
Thank you, Tisha. It's indeed been a great pleasure to be a part of this event and host it, organize it. And I have learned a lot from this event. And I hope everyone has taken back from the sessions, the masterclasses, workshops. Everyone has learned something or the other, even by attending the startup competition and taking back from all the mentors. I would like to thank again once again all my committee members, HODs, vice presidents, program ambassadors, volunteers, everyone who has played even a small role in making this event a grand success. Uh, Other than that, I would also like to thank the most important Rakhi ma'am and Dr. Ashok Padia sir for always supporting us, guiding us, also sometimes scolding us and letting us know what is the right thing to do. Rakhi ma'am, you especially always been the right mentor in telling us what to do, what not to do. Sometimes even knowing what's the right thing, but letting us know once we make a mistake. The best thing I've learned from Rakhi ma'am is that she let us make the mistake, even though she knows we are going to make it. And then she'll make us learn from the mistake. And I think that's a very important lesson that everyone must learn, that to accept your mistake, to accept your failures and learn from it. Because that's what makes you stronger, that's what makes you smarter. Thank you everyone for attending the summit. And I hope everyone has had a great experience in the past 2 days. I hereby declare the Global Entrepreneurship Summit of 2022 closed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashna, and the entire team. Great work.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Wadia, wonderful job. We'll catch up in person soon.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought that you are going to leave at 6:30.
Yeah, but then, I mean, your events and your participants never allow me to.
So great.
No, it's so passionate. I mean, how can I leave?
Satish, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All the
And
best.
Moin is there, but I think
always a
he's
pleasure.
so, and now he's going to be part of the family all the time, every time.
So look forward to it.
My
Great. Thanks a lot for spending so much time giving it and really, doing the proper justice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mohit sir. Thank you, Satish sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All the best.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the judges.
Bye.
Thank you so much, everyone. I just have a small request.
Thank you. Wonderful job. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohit sir. Thank you very much. I couldn't see you today, but because of internet. But now we will see you in person. You're going to come to college, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
This is the 6th summit, and you were there for all 5 summit. In the 6th summit, we could only hear you. So we have not seen you. So we will see you soon.
Absolutely.
We can stop the live streaming.
Ma'am, the people on the live need some time to fill the form.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Pratik, for just at some moment, it's just a phone call away. Like,
no problem, ma'am. No problem.
Very
Pratik was wonderful.
Huh? Yeah,
Pratik was wonderful. Shilpa, all this team, entire team.
Thank you, sir.
All faculty. Even Reshma was there. She was there for the masterclass intro and all that. She also.
That's what I said. All of them have
very good.
really pitch in very well. And let us take it up further.
I have a small request. Can I ask the entire ECEL committee to stay back?
Yeah, they have to stay back. That's why I'm not leaving.
Yeah, okay.
We are also committee, no?
Yeah, of course. I don't need to ask you also.
I posted a message in the group. Huh? Bet. Easy. Only Somesh said yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So post on the group. Huh? Students those who have filled up the feedback form can leave. Thank you very much and have a great weekend. I want to check how much I know Ashna. Let's see. Only two, I don't know. Preeti Jain is not there in this group. Preeti Jain.
Ma'am, she's there. Ma'am, in this group.
Ma'am, I'm here.
Achha. शिल्पा प्रतीक नेक्स्ट ईयर की कमेटी भी बनानी है ना तुम्हें लगता है फर्स्ट ईयर कोई है केपेबल next year we would like to have billboard in the other cities also.
Definitely, ma'am.
Right, Somesh, that's the target we can keep, no?
I'm global also.
Yeah. Time for celebration. So as promised, I'll take one person for a treat. That's Somesh Tarwani.
Charity, ma'am.
And one video I didn't share with you, I'll send it to you.
So there are a few major things which is it's still on live on YouTube, so I can't once it's done.
Just a minute, then I'll end it.
No, but let people be there.
सीमेंट हो रहा है जो जय हिंद कॉलेज में 25 और 26 फरवरी 2022 में हो रहा है प्लीज आप उसका हिस्सा बनिए ब्राइड भी उसका एक हिस्सा है और प्राउड टू बी एसोसिएट ब्राइड भी उससे जुड़ा हुआ है और ये बहुत बड़ा ग्लोबल एंटरप्रेन्योर समिट है थैंक यू
Wow, lovely. You should have played this. You want to play it here?
No, you want us to? I'm actually on another laptop. My laptop has died.
I'm on phone. Somebody else can do it.
Sumesh, you have the video. No, Sajan, you will have it. Sajan. Wait, ma'am, I don't need.
I'll save it and play it. Wait.
Okay.
Just a minute, okay?
And we went to their office and had a meeting with him.
Yeah. We will take a group picture, but everybody has to stand and everybody has to come full picture. Ashna, is that okay?
As you